So I'm gonna tell you why shooting for free may be the best way to get you paid. Stay tuned.
Flash Film Media, inspired by passion, driven by results. Flash Film Media presents Business Tip of the Week.
What's going on, content creators? My name is Ty Turner, former Army combat photographer and creative director here at Flash Film Media. And I'm gonna tell you something that a lot of people won't tell you. You need to shoot for free. Not just once, not just to get things started, but often. You have to go and shoot for free. Why? Let me break down a few reasons why you need to shoot for free. One, if you're new, it helps you get out all the bugs and kinks in the process of creating a video that you don't think about. You think, hey, if a company want me to create a video, I'm gonna show up and shoot what I wanna shoot and it looks good. But you have to realize that it takes time to understand how to communicate with a company and develop a process to create the video they want you to create. I mean, just on the revision aspect alone, there's some things I learned the hard way when it comes to revisions. Companies will request 1 million revisions, holding the rest of your money hostage. And you want to come up with a system to eliminate that. And often the problem is they're making revisions by committee, instead of going to the person who has the final yes or no and having them make the changes. And when they do that, you'll make 50 million changes. They act as though you have nothing else to do but their project. So working and creating video for free allows you to create a system that works best for you. I like to use a 3-step method. After that, you have to pay more for us to continue to make revisions. And you have to do that to protect yourself. Because if someone can send an email and say, oh, let's make the sky green, let's go back purple, send me all the footage you got, let me go through it. If they have that option, they will waste all of your time doing so because it's not a big deal for them. It's just an email. If it costs them money, they'll sit down, they'll look at it, they'll make the changes they need and say, okay. Or if it's something they really don't need changed, they may say, you know what, it's not worth an extra hour of labor. It's not worth the $100 just to lighten this area. You have to set those boundaries. But those are things that you learn creating and shooting videos for free. That's just something simple that you may not have thought of and when you want to go into this business. Because clients will get all that they can get from you. And sometimes they don't do it intentionally. Sometimes they just want a lot of changes. And if there's no, repercussions or no consequences, then they'll do it. If you can order every feature that came on your car and it cost you nothing extra, and you can change those features at every time, you would probably go back for a paint job every week or get a spoiler in your car every week. You probably would. If there was nothing stopping you, you would. So video is the same way. But when you shoot for free, you get to work out your process from, hey, we offer video to the final process on how you even deliver it. Have you thought about how am I going to deliver the content? The client wants 4K. How do you deliver a 4K file? You can't put it on a DVD. You have to burn it to a Blu-ray, but maybe they don't want it on a Blu-ray. Maybe they want it compressed so they can show it in PowerPoint presentations. Whoever wants to show a 4K slide, a 4K video and a PowerPoint presentation, but it happens and you need to be prepared for that. And you don't want to learn these things the hard way when there's money involved, because things can get really ugly when it's money involved. Plus, having a great portfolio helps you sell clients. One thing you don't think about, you know what you can do. Your client has no idea what you can do. And clients often can't tell the difference they can't relate your skills to their project. If you take pictures of dogs or video of dogs, for some reason, they don't think that you can properly expose a video for a cat. They just don't get it. Don't ask me why, I have no idea. But we used to do a lot of wedding photography and videographies. And the #1 complaint we would hear from brides and grooms when they pick someone is, oh, we got contacted by a bunch of corporate photographers. And even when we shoot a lot of corporate events, oh, we got contacted by a lot of wedding photographers. We chose you guys because you guys had a portfolio based on corporate events. And I'm thinking to myself, what's the difference between shooting, after shooting a reception and shooting a corporate event? In fact, receptions are harder because people are drunk, they're drinking and they're letting their hair down, they're dancing, they're moving. And often you get wedding photographers that find ways to be creative, bouncing different color lights and different angles during that moment, during that dark area. Where with a corporate event, the lighting is sometimes dark, but it's consistent. People are very uppity and they're on their best behavior. It's a lot easier to do, corporate event photography. You just gotta be on it. You can't miss a shot. You may have 2 seconds to snap some shots while they hold the check and smile. But how many times do you got the first kiss? How many times do you have, them throwing a bouquet and everybody catching it? You got half a second and one time to capture it. If I don't get a good shot with someone holding the check, I can say, hey, lift that check up again. Perfect. It doesn't happen because I'm a pro, but I'm just saying it's there. So you need to work out. You need to make sure you have a portfolio to show people different things you can do. You would be surprised at how many people want real estate photographers who don't want architectural photographers. They're not the same. Believe it or not, they're not the same. So you need to have either one or the other or both. My advice to you is to find the best looking place you can find. Go find a diamond jeweler in your area. Find something that looks great, that goes after the target market you want to go after, and go ask them, hey, can I film a free video for y'all? You guys can have the video when I'm done. You can use it however you want. I'm just building my portfolio. Another way you can use that footage is for stock photography or stock videography. You can make a lot of money doing that. People sleep on stock video and stock photo. It may start off as 5 cents a week, then it'll go to $5 a week, then it'll go to 50, then it'll go to 500, and maybe you'll get to the point where it's $5,000 a week or a month, and you sleep, and those checks are rolling in. So imagine your ability to run your video production business with an additional 5,000, 6,000 rolling in. Now it takes time to build that up. It didn't start overnight, but after a year or two, I mean, what else can you start doing a year or two and maybe get $2,000, $3,000 a month on just being consistent? All of your B-roll footage, from every shoot you do, paid or not, you should be capturing something for stock footage. That's more money on top of what they've already paid you on that shoot. And that's money that keeps paying you. So that's something to keep in mind. And like I said, you often have clients that want to see some type of example of what you did that's close to what they need, and they'll feel confident and comfortable to purchase your services. I mean, you can do car photography and people will have tractors and they'll be like, I don't think you can do it. You got any tractors? So I get some weird requests for portfolio and I just shake my head like, no, I don't have any trapeze artist videos from circuses that I've worked with. I apologize. In addition to shooting stuff for free, you also need to have a passion project. So you may have heard a lot of people talk about passion projects. My passion projects is I like to shoot short films. That's my thing. I am a director at heart. I like to shoot short films. In fact, I'll post some links to some of the ones that shot below and you guys can check them out. Tell me what you think. But that's my thing. Short films push me. Short films makes me better at my craft because I shoot stuff that I normally don't shoot in corporate America, which is mostly headshots and B-roll. Short films allow me to get creative with lighting and do things I can't do on my everyday job. And that's important to do because you may have a client say, hey, I'll give you an example. I shot some stuff for TGI Fridays. They wanted a 007 style shoot. If all I shot was corporate stuff, I wouldn't have this in my repertoire, but I knew how to light it for a really cinematic 007 style, dark until they lean into the light to talk type of shoot. And that came from me, having a passion project and shooting what I love. So go into a building you like that looks good, a business that's doing great, something interesting, cigar rollers or a mechanic shop or a paint shop, something nice and colorful and bright and interesting, a car dealership or something, and say, hey, can I shoot a video for you in exchange for a video testimony? You guys can use the video however you want. I just need a testimony saying, hey, we really enjoy working with whoever, media company. That's a great way to get started. One of my first shoots was for a place called Dino's Pizza out in North Carolina. And I just went in there and I worked with the guys and asked them, hey, can I shoot some stuff? Came up with some ideas, shot a video for it. And that video landed me a lot of work. a whole lot of work based off that video. And it's good to list that company name down as one of the companies that you've worked with. Maybe get some type of testimonial from the owner or someone there that helps your brand. And that's stuff that pays you in the long run that you got to keep in mind. You know, having your camera sit and collect dust does not help you. Go put some shutter counts on that thing and get it out there and do some things that help your portfolio. So the book of the week is called Crush It, Why Right Now is the Time to Cash In on Your Passion. It talks about creating content. What's great about this book is not only do it lay out what you need to know, the author tells a story about how he took his liquor store business, his family liquor store business, to a wine critique online warehouse. So it went from tens of thousands to millions based on some of the things he's sharing with you. And what I like about Audible books is the fact that the authors often narrate their own books and they give extra stuff that's not in the book. So I usually cut out music when I commute and listen to all audiobooks. I usually get between a book or two a week, but this book is one of my favorite books. If you did read The End of Jobs, you'll really like this book because it's along the lines of that. I'm gonna post a link to that book in the description with the rest of my corny short films. You guys can check out and tell me what you think about them. And I'm gonna ask you to do what I ask you to do each and every week. Like, share, subscribe, send me some comments, man. I love talking to you guys. And for a daily update, to see what I'm doing almost every day, check out Instagram, follow us on Instagram, Flash Film Media, and you can see what we're doing. And you guys, I'll see you guys next week.
For more daily updates, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter